Hi everybody, Tony here, and welcome to another edition of Los Angeles Golf. Today we are in Fullerton, California at Fullerton Golf Course. So Fullerton is not in Los Angeles County, but it's only about 25 miles away from downtown Los Angeles. So for the sake of everybody not from Southern California, I'm just going to keep the title the same, keep it simple for everybody. Fullerton is actually in Orange County, the next county over, but tomato tomato when it comes to simplicity for everyone viewing at home, not from here in Southern California. So let's get into some sports news, guys. What's going on? What's the latest? The U.S. Open just ended. As I'm doing this audio, it is September 11th. So Coco Gauff just won the women's championship at the U.S. Open. She's only 19 years old, guys, and her being an American, it kind of gives me the chills watching that match. I actually cried a little bit. I don't know why. Um, you know, Sports moments like that makes me tear up. Frankly, it's not just tennis. I remember when Tiger won the Masters a few years ago. What year was that, guys? Like 2019 or 20? His last major. I woke up hungover and I was eating breakfast and I turned on the TV and the Masters was on. And keep in mind, this is when I was not even golfing yet. But it was the first channel that popped up as I turned on the TV, and Tiger was actually putting to win the Masters. And when that happened, I started tearing up. I don't know why, guys. These moments just get to me. So maybe it's witnessing history. It's witnessing people overcome obstacles, but it just gets to me, and I'm not sure why, but it does feel good to let out, let the waterworks run every now and then. You can't keep everything bottled up. So yeah, that was awesome seeing Coco Gauff win her maiden Grand Slam. And as you guys know, what a Grand Slam is it's one of the four majors in tennis, just like golf has four majors. And keeping it in tennis, guys, Novak Djokovic won the men's championship. So he's separating himself as far as the conversation is concerned with being the GOAT. Frankly, he just added to his record of major championships. He now has 24, and he was tied with Nadal at 22 not long ago, and now he already has two more. So Djokovic is separating himself, in my opinion, when it comes to the GOAT conversation. Myself personally, I'm more of a Nadal fan, a Federer fan. I like Federer because he was kind of, to me, like a magician. All about, he was finesse. He wasn't power tennis. He wasn't counter punch tennis. He was like a magician to me. And Nadal, me playing golf lefty and playing baseball lefty, I have a bias for him being lefty in tennis. So I have biases for those two guys because of that. But you give respect for when it's due, and Djokovic definitely does deserve some respect. As much as I like Nadal and Federer more, he's separating himself for the conversation of the GOAT. He has the most majors now overall. So, when you separate yourself like that, and you're the clear title holder, major championship record holder, the record speaks for itself. All right, guys, first hole, we got a par four, and hopefully we can get a good drive, guys. Remember, I got this Ping G425, and I think we have yet to have a good drive with it, guys. So let's get started on a good note here. And it's not clean, it's not power, but we do manage to keep it somewhat in the middle of the fairway. So we are golden so far. So here's some views of the fairway. It's pretty dead straight.
I'm gonna try to use this 3 hybrid. Avoid anything left.
And there's me saying, anything but left. So I managed to get it over that creek you guys saw. It was very much downhill. You're in the mayor's office up there, and it's on you to keep the ball in play. So if there's some things I want to do on this round, guys, I've yet to break 100 actually. So maybe that should be a goal for today's round, is to break 100. As a matter of fact, that is going to be today's goal, guys. Let's break 100. So I keep this one in play with my 3 hybrid. I no longer have the 5 hybrid my buddy Jake gave me. He wanted to swap it back, so he gave me this to use while he took that back. And it's not a bad club. I need some getting used to with it. Frankly, I don't really like the way it looks, but it's more about how you hit than how it looks. So I've got to make that work. Third shot, I'm going to take my 52. To me, it's like a gap wedge for me. I got my 60 to chip, 57 for some short pitches, and this 52 is starting to feel like a gap wedge for me. But I hit it short, and frankly, I think it's more of a technique than the power. Looking at my shot, I still have a lot of things to work on, and maybe we could pick that stuff out as we progress in the round. So this shot was a lot better with my 57, I believe, my trusty rusty Cobra. So we have about, I'll say 15, 20 feet for bogey. Not in a bad position at all, considering we've yet to break 100. And that's going to be the goal for today's round, is to break 100, guys. We've yet to do it. And I think we have the tools to do that. And I think it's just executing. I think it's easy for our minds to get lost playing this game. And we just got to keep our composure. So that putt's going to bite us in the butt, obviously, guys. That was a salvage double bogey, but yeah, I left it short. And you can't leave a putt like that short. It's only 4 feet. And the consequence is a triple there, guys. So not the start we want, but it wasn't a meltdown, but close to one. So let's salvage what we can there and go to hole 2 to par 5. And I think that's the best drive. I don't know if I want to say on the channel, but with this driver on the channel for sure. So it's about time we show you guys something at home. That's what the goal is. I want to grow the game. I want people to learn from my mistakes, but I also want to, hit some good shots for everybody at home. So I took my 3-wood thinking I can keep it straight, but I flare it left, and that thing is long gone. So I'm going to have to drop here, and I still have 200 yards left, so I'm going to punch out with my 4-iron and try to cut it or fade it. I can't remember what I was trying to do here, but for sure a punch out. And frankly, I think I hit the ball far enough to be able to drop where the dog leg turns and I'd have a clear view of the pin, but here I am giving myself a harder time, so I drop before the dog leg turns, and I had to work with that angle. So I think mistake by me. I think I could have dropped actually closer where I'd have a better view of the pin. So here's where we're at now. Excuse me. So I'm going to take my 7-iron here. That's my 150 club. I'm just trying to get it close. And the body language tells you the story there, guys. It's a top. It's shots like that are going to affect the scorecard definitely. From that position, you should get it on the green, I'm assuming. I'm not a golf genius, but from that spot, you should get it as close as you possibly can. And with my 57 there, the wheels are slightly coming off here. I topped it. So we have a long putt to salvage double. Let's see what we can do. So not left enough, but a decent read. And it wasn't short, that's for sure. But still a little too much mustard, so we got about 5 feet to salvage another triple, I believe. This is a par 5, so we'll see what the score comes out to. And not a very good putt, guys. The distance was barely on the line good, but when you top your 7-iron and top your 57, there's no room for error on the putt. So the result was that quad. So I took my 4-iron here on the 3rd hole. There's actually a creek up ahead. I want to say 200 yards. So what I did was took my 4 iron there, and just wanted to lay up, but I think I topped it a little bit, so we still got quite some distance left. So I'm gonna take that 3 hybrid again, and that one I believed was chunked from the way the contact looks. If it was topped, I think it would have stayed lower. So I believe I chunked that. And when your tee shot's not that good, like how my it was in my 4 iron, you can't follow it up with another shot, guys. So um, at least the ball's still in play. I think that's something I want to do in all my rounds is keep the ball in play. Keep the ball in play. No drops. You're not adding shots. So that's something I want to do more definitely in all my rounds. So I took the 8 iron there for my third shot, and we finally have a good shot. And let's try to keep that going. So I very could have easily putted here, but I'm deciding to test myself and go for a bump and run chip. And it's not the right choice, obviously. From a spot like that, when the fringe is not even deterring your putt much, I could have very much putted it, guys, and try to get it close enough for a two putt. But with that chip, it looks like I'm adding shots to the scorecard. So now, from the position I was at after my chip, now it looks like I'm trying to save this two putt. Excuse me. Unlucky there. So after that bump and run chip, I was very very far, and I could have. I think the better result would have been from putting from the fringe, guys. So I think if I would have putted from there, and in the perfect world, I would have got the two putt. Maybe I could have salvaged the bogey there or a double, but have to settle for the triple there. So here's a hole 4. And I flare this thing, duck hook it, call it what you want, but I put it on the fairway for the next hole. So not the driver looking for, but the ball is in play and we did not lose it. So saying the glass is half full. Got a lot of trees in the way. I don't have a lot of loft in my shots, so I'm gonna take my 7 here and just try to punch to the right and just salvage what I can. So it's a miss hit. It goes left, and now I'm just gonna have to rethink my course management now. There I am waving to my fellow players who joined me on this round. So there I am trying to curve one around the tree. It kind of works, not much curve, but it is towards the pin. So here we are for par. Not on the green yet, but could be much worse. We haven't melted down, luckily. And I took the 60 there, wedge and most loft, but I just left it slightly short. But I still think I used the best club for that. And then there was a lot of fringe to go through on this one, so I do believe a chip was good there. But that was an unlucky bounce. That thing just snapped right after it hit the fringe. So now here I am trying to salvage double bogey. And enough pace, but not a good read. It went left on me, and I don't know what I was quite thinking there. I should have hit the putt more right. So another triple, guys. And when you start with a triple, quad, triple, triple, um, the score is gonna definitely not be in your favor here on the front 9. But we've been playing a year and a half, and we have a lot of things to learn. From ourselves and for course management wise, especially chipping in spots where you don't need to, where you should try to be getting two putts. So here's the first par 3, guys, and the front 9 is actually it's got a par 3 galore streak here. So here we are on the 5th, and the 5th through the 8th are all par 3, guys. So maybe we can gain some ground. But for a guy like myself, playing for a year and a half, we're not trying to finesse. We're just trying to hit good shots and straight, frankly. And once we could do that, then I'll worry about, finesse and draws and fades and cuts and everything. As much as I would love to, I'm just trying to play disciplined golf. And that putt was not disciplined. If it was disciplined, it would have got to the hole. So I got to take my skirt off there, eat my spinach, and get it there. So here we are on the second par 3, guys. It's on the 6th hole. I'm going to take my 6-iron here. That does make sense for a 160. 7 is my 150 club, so 6-iron makes sense here. And the connection did feel good. It felt really good. I think it just flared left on me, and yes, that's what it did. So I'm going to take my 60, I believe, here. And I'm just going to try to pop one up and get it close. And yikes. So I topped that one, and luckily it went straight. So it could have been much, much worse. So this course, guys, in Fullerton is actually it's a par 67. So with this par 3 galore here on the front 9, it does make the par much lower than your usual 18s. But the goal still is to break 100, guys. I've yet to do it, so it doesn't matter if there was one par 3 or 10 par 3s. I'm still trying to break 100 because I've yet to do it, frankly. And that putt was one of the best. Unlucky. I don't know if you can hear our buddy Paula, who we met. She says we got robbed, and on that one, it did feel like I got robbed a little bit, but it does make me feel better so far for the round so far. So I took my 8-iron here on, I believe, the 7th. We got 128. And all my shots on the par 3s have felt good. They were clean shots, guys, but they're either short or flare. So we're on the right track as far as our technique, our stroke technique. But we just got to get over that hump. And that's another one that felt good, guys. It's not a beauty, but it works. So we have a par putt. We have a par putt, guys, and that's the name of the game here is pars. Now, it is 28 feet, but that's neither here or there. Let's just try to get it close for a 2-putt. And I believe I did cover most of the ground there, just a tad bit short. Could have been better, but acceptable, in my opinion, for my game. Acceptable. And we put it away for a 2-putt, guys. So first bogey of the round. You don't want bogeys, but the way we've been playing, we'll take a bogey, definitely. So here's the last par 3 of the front 9. I told you guys the front 9 is a par 3 galore. There was 4 in a row. So I'm going to take my 7 here to a 150 shot. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but my 7-iron is a club my buddy Jake gave me. The rest of my set is Cougars. I believe it's from the 80s, 90s, some old outdated clubs. So my 7, the head cavity is way bigger. There's a lot more meat on it. And I believe my 7, I do get more distance on that than compared to the other clubs. It's a tailor-made, I believe. I'll find out for you guys and let you guys know in the next video. So I left that 60 short. And on these par 3, guys, those will nip you in the butt. So now here I am, got a salvage par. I just got an email from the Elks Lodge here in Southern California. My grandparents are part of it, and there's a golf tournament coming up, so maybe I'll sign up for that. Not that I'm any good, but it's for a good cause. I believe it's for a charity. Alright, so I salvaged what I can there, guys, and we're going to have to settle for a double bogey. It could have easily been a bogey, maybe even a par, but my second shot left it short and left me with a lot of work to do. Alright, guys, 9th hole, par 4. We got it over a creek. and it's dead straight. You guys can see the bunker straight ahead protecting the pin, but kind of off balance, like how my golf swing is unbalanced. Got to work on that, but we get lucky, and it's here on the left. So I'm gonna take my 4 iron and try to get it up there. And it's not good, but it's not bad either. But the position it landed in is bad. So we got these trees here and the bunker protecting the pin right there. So we can't loft. We have to punch here, and that's what I do. And it didn't get far enough. Didn't get past the bunker, so that's where it landed. So I got my par shot here. I'm gonna take my 60 wedge and just flop it out, as they say, flop it out, pop it out. Um, I believe there's a Grant Horvat quote, just slap the sand. So that's what I'm trying to do is slap the sand. Shout out Grant Horvat, one of my favorite YouTube golfers. And I did get it out. You know, it's 50 yards past the pin, but that's neither here or there. So now we're in the rough. Um, rough, almost fringe. So we're going to have to chip out. You know, I did want to putt more instead of having to chip, but there was just too much rough to go through there. So we got lucky there, and we're in a decent position. We got 4 feet to salvage what we can here. I believe it's a double bogey. And oh man, I thought that was gonna turn right, but it went left last second. That's a bad read on me. But it's a tap in. Gonna have to settle for the triple bogey, and here is a drive up of the 10th, guys. You're gonna drive over a long hill. So there's a scorecard for the front nine guys. 56, 23 over. I know it's not pretty, but frankly, we did not have a lot of meltdowns. We just had you know, more than one bad shot on each hole, and that's what's gonna affect us. You know, there's no room for error in golf as much as possible for yourself. So when you have triple, quad, triple, triple, um, to me they did not feel like meltdowns, but obviously they're not gonna show in the scorecard like that. So not a meltdown, but not acceptable for our game, guys. We've been playing for a year and a half now, and we got to be better than that. So at 23 over, not the start we're looking for on the front nine, but who knows what can happen on the back nine, guys. Hopefully we can gain some ground. If not, just prevent any more water from getting on the boat. So I'll see you guys soon on the back nine, and maybe even another round I'll have ready for you guys. So thank you guys for tuning in to Nomad Sports and to another episode of Los Angeles Golf. I'll see you guys on the next round. Take care.